Welcome to my new tutorial. Today I will show you how to extract from World of Tanks this nice tank model of a German tank Tiger. All what you need is the World of Tank client and Blender and this nice small program here called World of Tank Viewer. You can download the Tank Viewer on this website. I'll post this in the comments too. And you have to download the latest version here, World of Tanks Viewer. Save this. I already downloaded it. So here's the file. Extract the file and open World of Tanks Viewer here. Now you have to choose the correct path to the World of Tanks folder. I installed World of Tanks here, but you have to change this for your PC. And here the program would like to know the location of the World of Tanks mod folder, and the mod folder is here on the latest version. At least the Tank Viewer would like to know where image editor is. I have installed GIMP, but you can use Photoshop or another tool. Okay, here's the GIMP directory. Go into bin and open up GIMP exe and OK. So now the program will load all tank files from World of Tanks. Here's the garage, and here on the right you have all tanks in the game. You can use all tanks from all nations: China, France, Germany, Britain, USA and the Soviets. All categories: medium tanks, light tanks, heavy tanks, self-propelled guns, or tank destroyers. All tiers, tier 1 to 10. And I take the Tiger. The Tiger is German tank, German heavy tank, and tier 7 here, Tiger. So this the Tiger, but you see it's not exactly the same like this Tiger. Because World of Tanks Viewer shows all tank models of the game. It shows also the first turret, so you have to change this in the tank options. Here, turret, the second turret, and the gun take the 88mm KVK. And now you have the right Tiger model. So now we're gonna extract this by clicking here on export tank mesh. Export tank completed. Okay, now we go to the World of Tanks directory. and open up mods. Here the latest mods: vehicles, German, and Tiger. Here are the object daters, and I make a new file, delete the cube in Blender, and go to File, Import, Object, and show us the right location, and open up the object. Okay, here's the right track. We'll open again object, the left track, import object. Here are the wheels. Import again, now the other wheels. Import object, the gun of Tiger. Import object hole, and at least we import the turret. Now we have all the objects we need. Okay, because this is not very realistic, we need the textures and the model have to be a bit smooth. So we select the model, go here into the tool shelf and set the shading to smooth. Okay, this looks a bit better. And now, before we texture this, we need to rig it, because if we want to move the gun or rotate the turret, this looks not very nice. If you see here, not very realistic, or the turret, yeah, it's a bit realistic, but not what we want. So we have to set the origin to the right position. To find the right position, we can orient on this two hints of the tank turret. So we go in edit mode and select this faces here, and on the other side too. Oops, not that. Okay. And now we press Shift S and set the cursor to the selection. Now the cursor is in the middle of these two hinges. We can set the origin of the gun to the 3D cursor. And now, if we rotate the gun on the x-axis, we see perfect. That's what we want. Okay, to get this gun working with the turret, you have to select first the gun, then the turret, and then press Ctrl P and say set parent to object. And now if we move the turret or rotate the turret, the gun will follow on the right place. But if you see, the turret doesn't working very good. Here you see it's not correct. so we have to fix this. To do that, we used the same trick we used for the gun. So we go in edit mode of the turret, and now we only select this small edge here and this small edge. We press Shift S, set the cursor to selection, go out of edit mode, and now we go to origin and set the origin to the 3D cursor. And now if we would rotate the turret, it looks much better than before. Okay, but now if we move the hole, we see the tracks and the turret are not following this. So we have to select all objects and last the object of the hole here and make it and set it to parent. And now we have to set it to parent. Press Ctrl P, set parent to object. And now if we move this object, all the other objects will follow. Here you see. Okay. With the model we are finished now, and we can begin the texturing. So for texturing you need the World of Tanks viewer again, and you have to extract all textures by clicking on this icon. I already did this, and the textures are 2 folders up here in DDS files. You can open this with GIMP too if you want to change the textures, but I don't do this. I only use for Blender this time the Tiger 1 DDS. The other DDS files are some kinds of bump maps, normal maps, light maps you use for games like Unity or other game engines. But for Blender I don't need this time, so I only open this DDS file. I copy the location, go into Blender again. Now I can select one of the objects. Which object you select is indifferent. I take the cases. I go on the material tab, make new material, and I call this tank because we have 2 textures. One texture is for the tank and one for the tracks. We can also make the other material now. Okay, I call this tracks, and to differ the 2 materials from each other, I make the tracks darker and the tanks the tank material a bit lighter, so we can differ the 2 materials. For the casts I make the texture now. I click on new, set this to image on movie, open it, and now we need the location again. Type the location in, and here we see Tiger 1 DDS. Open the image, and here's the texture. Go into the texture viewport shading. We can delete the light. Okay. And open another window. And here open the UV image editor. Select the object of the tank. You can't see this very good, so you can change the shading again to solid to select the right object. But now you have to go back to texture, go on the edit modus, and now you see here the tank is already unwrapped, so we have already UV map. We only need to open this image here, and voila, you see it's textured. The same thing we do again with the other objects. We start with the turret. We apply this turret to the object tank. Go in edit mode, select all faces, and open the texture. So now we go to the gun, apply to tank texture, go to textures and open the image, the texture. Now for the wheels, again apply to tank, go in the edit mode, open Tiger DDS, go to the other side, again apply tank, open the image, and so that's what we need. Now, because the tracks are not saved in the same directory where the tank is, we have to go in the mod folder a bit up on German and tracks, and the tracks from Tiger are here on Tiger 1 track, and that's what we need. I copy the path, go to one of the two tracks, open up now not tank, we open tracks, go into the texture tab, make new texture, set this to image on movie, open it, and now we type this location in and open up this DDS file. Open this, and we see here the tracks texture. So we have to go in edit mode, select all faces, and open up now not this one, we have to open this one, the tracks, and you see here are the tracks we need. The same thing we do on the other side. Apply this to tracks, go in the edit mode and select all faces and go to the Tiger Tracks DDS file. And now we can close this tab by joining the two windows, and yeah, we're finished. I hope you found this useful, and see you next time. Bye bye.